Alright, so today I just want to talk about the Battle Pass. We all knew it was coming. We all knew that there would be some form of backlash against the Battle Pass because at the end of the day, you can't please everyone. Today, I just want to talk about the Battle Pass itself and its response, as well as give a little bit of feedback as to what I think could be done for the next pass. As always, if you do watch these videos somewhat regularly, I'd really appreciate it if you sub to the channel, as it really helps me out. And now we are about 2,900 subs away from my goal and the Shinobi challenge. Now let's not waste any more time and get right into it. So let's talk about this Battle Pass. You know I like to be honest with you guys, so I will say that the things in the Battle Pass this season aren't really for me. If you watched me go through the Battle Pass yesterday, you know that I was trying to be really optimistic, but even as I got through the later tiers, nothing really stood out to me, and that is totally fine. Everyone likes different things, we all have different tastes, and I'm sure that there are plenty of people that actually like the things in the Battle Pass. The free pass is fine, in my opinion. You're getting extra stuff for free just by playing the game as you'd be doing anyways, which is pretty cool. I'm all for a little bit of extra steel, champion status, and XP tokens. I don't think anyone can really be upset about free stuff, even if some of the paid stuff could be put into the free pass. And the free pass is there to try and get you to purchase a premium pass anyways. Despite me not really meshing with the premium pass, I will admit that there is some good stuff in there, and whether or not it's worth 10 bucks or not is always up to the buyer. If you add everything up in the Battle Pass in terms of how much steel it's worth, of course it's going to be worth more than $10 in steel. The finishers alone are worth like 182,000 in steel if you count all the characters, so if you look at the Battle Pass that way, of course you're getting an amazing deal. But we all know that's not really how we decide on whether or not we'll buy something. I also don't think we can just discredit the pass itself because, to be fair, there was some work put into it. I bought the Battle Pass before I even looked at what was in it. I knew I was going to buy the Battle Pass regardless, as I knew I was going to get something out of it, and I'm all for supporting the game through a $10 purchase. I did, however, hype myself up for this Battle Pass, and I know that's where my feelings towards the pass come from, as I was really looking forward to the Battle Pass, as this was sort of the big thing this season, you know. There wasn't a new hero, there is no rework, and the season's patch is pretty small for the most part, so the Battle Pass was sort of it for the start of the new year, and I was looking forward to grinding for some cool stuff, but oh well, I can't be too upset with it. Again, there's nothing wrong with people being upset with it, but if people want to be taken seriously, they shouldn't be making responses made in pure anger or rage. And on the other side of that coin, I don't think people should discredit those who are upset just because a Battle Pass is relatively cheap. This doesn't just apply to the Battle Pass, that could be said about anything. Anyways, there are a few things I would like to see messed around with when it comes to next season's pass though. I'll try not to blabber on about anything for too long. First off, I'd like to see Salvage removed entirely from the premium pass. I don't think any sort of money should be spent on something like Salvage unless they're going to dump a ton of it on us in a couple of tiers, especially in later tiers. 100 Salvage at tier 86 is basically nothing. That won't even allow you to upgrade a piece of gear. You get more salvage from dismantling a piece of high tier gear that you're going to dismantle anyways so that your inventory isn't full. And that 100 steel shows up 7 times on its own throughout the pass. It might help brand new players, like players who are fresh to the game, but for those of us who have been playing often, it's not worth much. We already have plenty of salvage. If salvage needs to be included to fill up space, larger amounts could be okay, like thousands or more, so that we actually get some use out of it to upgrade gear or buy XP tickets. But even upgrading gear costs steel, so I'd rather see more steel thrown into those tiers instead. There's also other things like scavenger crates that feel like padding or filler, which it is, but if you're going to add things like that, you've got to pump those numbers up. 1 XP token should be 5 or 6, same with scavenger crates. Steel rewards should be jacked up as well, at least, you know, make the stuff useful. I don't think it's really going to affect anything if there was more stuff to just hand out, since there isn't a whole lot of other stuff in the pass. And with steel, at least you're giving back a little bit of that initial investment like other battle passes do. We can't buy the pass with steel. Other games allow you to buy another pass with the rewards from the current pass, but we can't do that with this game, so giving back some steel would be pretty cool so that we're getting a little more back. And that stuff you don't really have to create or have a team work on, I'm assuming. There's 26 separate tiers dedicated to weapons. A quarter of the battle pass is dedicated to weapons, which I was really hoping not to be the case as we have so many weapons for each hero already. I would have liked to see these weapons put into 4 tiers instead of 26, 1 tier for each faction. Same with things like outfits, just throw them all into 1 or 2 tiers. You also shouldn't have to pay steel to equip the look onto your weapon. You should be able to do that for free. And to fill out the rest of the space, if there are gaps, maybe throw in another emote or reskin some effects, change some colors on things like glowing eyes or sulfuric sparks or Thor's strike, things like that, as I'm sure plenty of people will be pretty okay with that. I can't be upset with the finishers. I like the Wulan and Samurai one, and getting 4 of them is fine as they do take time to work on. I would have liked to see more effects or emotes though. I'm not mad at the pass. I don't really care that I had to spend money on it, as we're still going to be receiving tons of free content as the game rolls forward. The emote that they released recently is pretty cool, and I love that it loops. And of course we're still going to be receiving our seasonal finishers and stuff like that, so I'm not upset. I was just hoping for more with the pass is all. I don't think we should be maliciously attacking Yubi or just screaming at them without reason, but I do think it's fair to criticize and give feedback if you don't like something, as if you do it the right way, it won't come off as toxic or hateful. And hopefully Yubi will take everything into consideration, work on a few things, and come back next season with a great battle pass, which is what we all want at the end of the day. Something we all want to spend money on and feel like we got a lot out of it. I know it's cheap, but there's nothing wrong with expressing your thoughts. Anyways, that's all I've got for this video. I just wanted to talk about this pass today really fast. I do want to know what you guys think, so be sure to talk to me down in the comments about anything we talked about in this video. And as always, if you like the video, feel free to leave a like and sub if you're new, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.